For you to vote for Kamala, for you to suggest that she might actually be beneficial to this country, is for you to abandon everything that even remotely represents rational thinking. She is a member of what I call, actually she's the appointee of the shadow government, or as the Ben Rhodes comment, she's part of the blob, this permanent elite fixture of war mongers and military-industrial complex neocons, and just this group, this permanent group that represents the deep state, the police state, the intel state, the shadow government, that looks for nothing more than the deindustrialization of this great country of ours. People who exist to satisfy apparently their own plans. People who stand for the collapse, the destruction, the complete and total discombobulation of the Middle East and Eastern Europe. Those who sit back and applaud like barking seals. Arr, arr. This constant, incessant flow of illegal immigrants and aliens pouring over our border. They think nothing of that. The destruction of our system by these ridiculous green policies. The perseveration of the notion of this anthropogenic causation model that is responsible for everything involving global warming and climate change, notwithstanding the evidence of hypsithermals and the Holocene maxima and the like. Those people who are involved in the advocacy of late-term abortions, this pervasive, almost radicalization of the LGBTQIA indoctrination, especially among children, to have children and their little precious minds, their worldviews destroyed by seeing these gargantuan, these John Waters dystopian, horrible dance reviews of whatever the hell it is. I have no idea what you're going to call it. Donald Trump, when he takes office, when he wins, will be able to provide for previous years of experience, an ability to grasp what is happening, and perhaps, maybe, just maybe, the utilization of a number of people as his wise men and women. Elon Musk. I can't say enough about Elon Musk. Elon Musk one day will be one of the most important industrialists and thinkers and transitional figures in our human history. What he has been able to do is absolutely mind-boggling. This is a guy who brought the price, the operational cost of launching a space payload into near-Earth orbit, reduced the cost by what many consider to be an order of magnitude. This is a guy who basically is responsible for the commercialization of space. He has done more than any organization, any government group in over a decade. He is a giant. He is a colossus. And this is a person, and people who say, well, he's basically part of this system where he's taking government subsidies. Let me explain something to you. You know how we have the military-industrial complex? Well, there's the homeless industrial complex. And in California, there were developers who made, I was reading, about $1 million a unit for these permanent homeless households. $1 million. These are the people who, and I can't remember the exact, the particular statistic, It was the idea that they spent like $700 billion, billion dollars to construct and organize charging stations for EVs, and I think one was produced. I mean, this is a guy when he came into Twitter right off the bat. Twitter. He first of all gets rid of 80% of the absolute this waste, this absolute the flotsam and jetsam of tech humanity. He walks in and he says, "You're out," and Twitter has never been better, or X, or whatever you want to call it. It's better now. I like it. He has opened it up. He has, for no other reason, he should be in charge of the Government Efficiency Commission. And the fact that he's basically telling his fellow billionaires and the like that he has no fear whatsoever of, free speech, I think is wonderful. Bobby Kennedy Jr., the former Democrat, eccentric, kind of wacky, kind of different. I don't care. This is a person who gave a speech. His speech should be required viewing or watching in August. It was about why he was endorsing Trump and why. He described one of the biggest problems that he thank God he brought up, which we have, for some particular reason, looked the other way. It's about this insane intervention, the idea of the specter of actual nuclear war. You don't have to be some crazy isolationist to realize that we have to ask ourselves what particular inventures around the world really matter to us. Why should we be involved in them and regarding them? And what is the purpose? Why are we doing this? I don't understand this. To goad, to basically look people in the eye and say, we're going to play chess, like playing a big game of Risk. We're going to move people over here, and we're going to form this, and we're going to fund this group, and we're going to do this, and whatever happens. And we're just going to laugh. Well, Bobby Kennedy said about food and safety, what he's said about vaccines, what he said about everything up to and including the rising rates of autism, and the very fact that he took on this miserable family of his has won me over. Tulsi Gabbard, and I say this for no particular reason, Tulsi Gabbard, I thought was very good, but I wasn't her biggest fan. I love her. She's going to be president. She's going to be president, and Gavin Newsom, I thought for sure was going to be the nominee. I thought for sure. I mean, and I'm not the only one, but he's. By the way, he showed no interest whatsoever in Kamala Harris, but that's a different story. Tulsi Gabbard has everything. Her genius, her evisceration. It reminds me of the second Lewis Schmeling fight, where Joe Louis absolutely almost killed Max Schmeling. It was a fight. It showed this is how you eviscerate. And since that debate in October of 2022, Kamala has not recovered. There are people that she's fantastic. Tulsi Gabbard is fantastic. Let me also throw in Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. Both of them, if this means anything to you, of Indian background, if that means anything, but they are authentic. They speak a truth. They speak with limpidity. They are incredible. Seriously, and I know this I really may be just beyond delusional right now, but the very fact that there even exists the remotest chance that somebody might look at Kamala and say, I think she's great, shows to me that we are involved in what amounts to an incredible devolution of common sense and practical thinking and the like. She's a blithering idiot. She is beyond anything anybody. I mean, we've all kind of laughed at. We all thought that Dan Quayle was a real idiot because he couldn't spell potato, or smell for that matter. He couldn't spell potato. He is the Edward Whitten of politics compared. He is the Terence Tao. He's the Niels Bohr compared to this dingbat. And the worst part about it is that nobody cares. But I do, and I know you do. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Or whatever you do, I beg, beseech, implore, and import you and you to comment as you see fit.